Alright, hi everybody, welcome back for another episode of Max NVTV, and it is a monumental event. We have our first guest tonight. I'd like to welcome Carol Shelton. Carol Shelton Wines. She's a Zin specialist. She in fact has just told me that she's been making wine longer than I've been alive. Now how long exactly is that, after you catch your breath?
Make me feel very old. 34 years total.
Awesome, and she is a Zin specialist in fantastic wine. She's here tasting tonight. And we're going to taste with her the Black Magic. It's been a hit since we brought it in here. It's late harvest Zin. You'd like to explain a little bit about the whole process of late harvest and your farming. I know you do kind of a different style of farming from the wine, from the vineyards you source your wines from.
Right. Black Magic is from Sonoma County grapes. That's where we're based, in Sonoma County. And I use two different vineyards. One is in Dry Creek Valley, and one actually doesn't make it into an appellation, just in Sonoma County. We wait until the grapes get very slightly raisined on the vine. We don't really want raisins, we just want them to be very full, forward fruit. And so we're looking for about 30 bricks when we pick. That's about 30% sugar. And then if you get any of what they call the noble rot, you're going to lose color. So we don't want any of that. That's very good in white wines, but it doesn't work so well with late harvest wines.
I can imagine. I like the Chateau Yquem.
Yes. That's what makes Yquem the noble wine that it is. But with this, it would be actually turning it into a rosé, because that same rot will make the red color go bye-bye. So it'll drop out and it'll break down the color.
We're doing a little bit of a battle here with the elements. Although Zin is a very thick-skinned grape.
It's not so much so, actually. Cabernet is much thicker. Yeah, so this is a very tight cluster. And so with all the little berries all packed together in a very tight cluster, when there's any rain or anything, they swell up and then the berries break and they're very susceptible to rot. So you have to be very careful. And we picked this on, actually, Halloween. It turned out just struck a luck, so we named it the Black Magic. And it's stopped the fermentation at about 8% sugar, and then put it into new oak very quickly for about 6 months. And I specially toast the barrels for making it more of a chocolatey flavor, almost like the way you get dark roast coffee. So very extra toast on the wood, and that gives this a very chocolatey nature. And it's quickly in and out of the barrels, because anything that you put in the barrel that is sweet wants to continue to ferment. So if I left it in the cellar sweet, it would no longer be sweet if I left it very long. So I've got it just 6 months in brand new oak. It has a minimal amount of yeast in the new oak, so quickly absorbs the oak flavor, and I bottle it as much as I can.
Interesting, interesting. It's a lot of the late harvest wines are starting to get very, very popular. People like it. Personally, we like this with chocolate, and I believe you brought this.
I did.
You can see that, like that's in our own little chocolate thing there. So tell us about this chocolate. It's in here. I'll pour some and try some chocolate with this, because I know you get a little bit of bittersweet chocolate on this.
Yes, exactly. Well, I make it specifically to go with chocolate. A lot of late harvests are very raisiny and very flamingly alcoholic, and this is not at all. It's not all that sweet. It's sweet enough to stand up to dark chocolate. So we had our friends at the San Francisco Chocolate Factory make these little wafers of chocolate. So they're like this, about 1 inch across, and they taste exquisite, and that's about all you need for your glass.
Beautiful.
First you put the wine in your mouth, taste it, evaluate it, then you put the chocolate in your mouth, chew it up, and rinse it down with the wine, and you see this synergy, this marriage. It's just amazing.
Beautiful. Now let's quick look at this, because it is a little thick.
Yep.
We like to see something called late harvest. Beautiful. One quick question, Carol. On your oak, now you're using American or French? American?
Yeah. I find that American oak, especially for Zinfandel, has a big, fat, round, juicy softness. French oak gives it more boniness and more harsh astringency, and with a lovely,
this is already
succulent wine. You need it to be that way.
You need the power.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Well, salud. Let's try.
Yeah. Chocolate there. Just a little bit of astringency in the front of your tongue, and that helps counter the sweetness. Then you put the chocolate in, chew it up a bit. Oh boy. You just amplifies the chocolate that's already appears in the wine from the wood.
We have this kind of like berry, kind of like you mash together a cherry, a blueberry, and a raspberry.
Yeah.
Bury them in that good dark chocolate right there.
That's right.
And we like that. We like this wine with chocolate. I would really recommend this with chocolate. Or
I've even had it with actual main courses. I have a really good dish that I make a pork tenderloin. I coat it with spices on the outside, pan roast it a little bit, and then I put it in the oven. And I take a sauce where I take maple syrup, onion, and chicken broth, cook it all down on the stove. And the more you cook it down, the sweeter it gets. So you can adjust the sweetness to the sweetness level of the wine.
interesting.
So this will stand up to that. And then the spices on the pork roast are just lovely with it. Things like pepper and cumin.
I would
cinnamon.
love, yeah. That's definitely one thing I would like to do is even just cook some, start this up, let it bubble a little. Right when it starts to thicken, throw a pork chop on real quick.
Yeah.
And then finish it on the grill.
Ooh, sounds good.
So we got that and some wood under on that.
Maybe a little mole too. You try it with mole because that's already got chocolate in it.
Yeah, and we like to talk food here as well.
Oh,
So there we go. We learn food and we learn wine. Well, thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.
I want you to get back. I want everyone. There's a lot of people here looking to taste your wine and talk to you.
Excellent.
Thank you for taking your time and thank you for being the first guest. Last quick question.
Yeah.
In your years of winemaking, how many times, or what's your opinion on making white Zinfandel?
I made it because I had to. I do not make it now unless you twist my arm and pay me an awful lot of money. I think White Zinfandel had its place and it saved a lot of old vine vineyards. But I'm really glad I don't have to make it now. I make a dry rosé, and that's really the resurrection of White Zin.
And I believe your rosé is not even Zin.
So it's Carignan.
Which Carignan is another great, fantastic grape, but not everyone knows that.
Nope, it's a wonderful grape. It's very strawberry watermelon-like in nature, and it goes great with seafood, with sushi, with barbecue. I'd say it really goes with anything except roast yak.
Well, beautiful, and thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks again.
And you're welcome. We look forward to trying some more of your wines.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day, and we'll see you again very shortly.
Try this.